Dr. Snyder has been a committed member of our St. Vincent de Paul family for over 20 years. It's a privilege for me to work alongside him. I'm not sure there's anyone who's more dedicated to his patients and his staff, his volunteers, and our mission. One more hand for Dr. Ken Snyder. He's always a tough act to follow because I don't do comedy. Dr. Snyder, Dr. Lee, Cherilyn, Julia, their staff and volunteers, as Mark said, they're on the front lines of people suffering. They're the ones that are doing the important work in our community to feed, clothe, house, and heal. The work they do is hard. It's really hard. But what's remarkable to me is, as Cherilyn says, for them, the work isn't the hard part. The hard part is having to turn people away. And with our campus expansion last year, really the only thing that's holding us back at St. Vincent de Paul isn't the limit of our compassion. It's not the limit of our talent. We have some great talent with volunteers and staff. It's not the limit of our desire to help. It's really the limit of our resources. That's it. And in this room, in our community, we have the power to change that. As Steve said earlier, St. Vincent de Paul isn't buildings. It's not programs. It's people. We, all of us here, are the Society of St. Vincent de Paul. It's our dollars, it's our love, it's our generosity that embrace people in their moment of need. It's us. And every time we can say yes to one more person, it's because one of us has said yes. So really the only question that's in front of us is, how many more people do we want to help? How many more Ericas do we want to serve? And as Mark talked about earlier, in our community, in our society right now, it seems that we need the love and generosity and compassion and kindness and friendship of St. Vincent de Paul, of all the like-minded, like-hearted people in this community. We need that more than ever. And we need to decide, what kind of community do we want to be? What kind of people do we want to be? And this is the time where we can say, we want to be the society where no one is left alone, because this is the society of we're all in this together. And to do that, to serve more people, we're going to have to reach down a little deeper. We're going to have to open our arms just a little wider. And today I ask you to do that. Today I ask you to reach down into the deepest well of your generosity and help us say yes to that many more people. Help us embrace more people in their time of need. And to remember when we do that, that everyone is someone's mother or father, sister or brother, son or daughter. And that's what I think about on those days when you're tired, and there are some of those days. I think, what if that was my son or my daughter? First in line, when that door closes shut, and someone says, I'm sorry, we just don't have enough to help you. What if that was my child? And what if I wasn't in a position to help them? And wouldn't I hope and pray that someone at St. Vincent de Paul, one of you, would crack that door open and poke their head out and say, hey, come on in. We can serve one more. We can help one more. And I think about, if we can do one more, then why not 100? Why not 1,000? Why not 10,000 more people? We have the power to do that today. We have the power to say yes to more people, to everyone who is someone's family or our as-if family. St. Vincent de Paul is a family, and our family business is to save lives, to change lives, to transform lives. That's what we do as a community. That's what we do as a family. And today we invite you into that so that not one person in our community is lost. And so today we have the opportunity to help more people. And I'm humbled and grateful to announce, with the support of Melanie and Rob Walton and their foundation, Craig and Connie Weatherup and other donors, today we have a matching gift of $500,000 that will match dollar for dollar every gift that you make today this morning. Thank you. So this is our opportunity to reach down deep and to do as much as we can do for our community. And some say, maybe we can't help everyone. But if it was your child on the other side of that door, we would all say, how about one more? So I invite you to do that today. In just a moment, we'll have our table captains pass out the pledge forms. When you get those, you'll see that we ask you to consider 3 ways to give. The first is to become a member of our Servant Leaders Society. Those special people give a gift of $1,000 or more every year. There's several different levels. There's information about that at your table. We invite you to consider joining them. The second way to give is to become a member of our Cornerstone Circle and make a monthly gift. That helps us help people all year long, especially once the holiday season is past. Third, we invite you to just give a one-time gift of any amount that you're inspired to give. And to remember that every gift to St. Vincent de Paul qualifies for the qualifying charitable organization tax credit. It used to be called the Working Poor Tax Credit. That means that couples filing jointly can get up to $800 back as a credit. Single filers, $400. That's for anyone who files their state taxes. It will be a bigger refund coming back to you or come right off your tax liability. That hasn't changed in the state of Arizona. They give us that opportunity to redirect part of our taxes to the causes and the people that we care about. Even with the federal tax law changes, that hasn't changed in Arizona. So we invite you to consider that. All right, table captains, you've been waiting patiently. We invite you to pass those gift forms out, and if I could ask you to bring the house lights up just a little bit so people can see.